Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Just Another 20 something with me, Marissa. Oh, gosh. I have been needing to just sit down and talk and say everything that has been on my mind and on my heart and whatever. So I'm really excited that today's episode is actually going to be just like sit down, let's freaking chat. Not that I didn't love last week's episode. If you haven't listened to it yet, it was a Bake With Me episode, and that one was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. I think there's some parts that I kind of want to like trim up because it obviously turned out to be a very long episode, a good hour, which isn't bad, but I don't want my episodes to be too long. Because, after a while, it's like, okay, shut up. Like, we're done. So I think the next baking video that I do, I'm going to try and trim it up a little bit. But also let me know. Maybe you guys like hour-long episodes. If you do, then awesome. That makes my life easier. But anyway, let's get into today's episode. So I don't know about you guys, but this week for me has just been, ugh. This is the week of, let's see, the 11th to the 17th. So we're in just like the second week of January. Nothing too crazy. And yet, I don't know what it was because last week I felt like I was doing pretty good. I was really excited, for 2021. And then this week came and it just got a little much. Honestly, okay, let me just start off. At the beginning of this week, I honestly felt very sad. And part of it has to do with the new song Driver's License that came out. I know that you've probably heard of it because everyone is listening to it on repeat recently. And honestly, it makes me so happy for Olivia Rodrigo because I have been loving her for like a minute now. It has to be like 2 years because I watched her on the High School Musical, the series on Disney Channel. Or I always say that, Disney Plus, but it's basically Disney Channel. So I watched that show and I fell in love with her because she's so freaking talented. And she's 17. Oh my God, it's insane. And so I was so excited for this song to come out and I was like, okay, gonna take a listen to it. And oh my God, I don't think I have like not cried every time I listen to that song or get super emotional when I listen to that song. Like when I am playing that, singing it, listening to the lyrics, like everything about it, I just get emotional. And I feel like that's kind of fueled my feelings for this week. And that's not Olivia's fault. That's definitely just, I think, kind of my mood. And I don't know. I do want to read you this thing that popped up on one of my horoscopes. So I use the Sanctuary app. I've stopped using CoStar recently just because it's been really glitchy. And like I've heard that actually CoStar isn't really that good of an app. So I've switched over to Sanctuary and I really like it. And they do like monthly horoscopes. So for my January one, I already knew this week just wasn't going to be good. So it says, the Capricorn new moon on January 12th asks you to reflect on your childhood and set intentions for making your home into a safe and protected space to which you nurture your future legacy. When the Sun and Pluto align on January 14th, expect to confront deep-seated psychological fears, which may have sprung from early life situations or family dynamics. Confronting your past through adult eyes releases its hold on you and grants you agency. Jupiter and Uranus clash on January 17th, creating discord in intimate relationships. Some ties have an expiration date, and interpersonal tension now might be an indicator. However, make sure that you are acting in the interest of your own growth and expansion and not thoughtlessly sabotaging trust that has taken time to build. So, when I first read this, at the beginning of January, I was nervous, as, one would be. Because that just doesn't sound amazing to me. I don't super want to, look into my past. I kind of hate doing that, actually. And so I was like, oh, maybe it'll be okay. Maybe it'll be fine. And then somehow, here we are. At the start of this week, I was thinking into my past on just a ton of different topics, honestly. Just kind of like my family life and my love life and kind of things like that really bring out like big emotions. And again, this song also brought out just a ton of emotions regarding both relationship aspects. And so I was like, great, okay, I guess that's coming true this week. So whoop-de-doo for that. But yeah, I think one of the things that I kind of want to talk about is the feeling of loneliness, because I think, especially now, everyone can kind of relate to that feeling. And I was definitely feeling that a lot at the beginning of this week. Kind of in a bunch of different areas in my life. I would say, I don't know, like, I guess recently I've just been feeling more lonely, just kind of everywhere, like with friends, with family, and in my, my romantic relationships. Which one should we dive in first? Let's analyze my life. Let's start with romantic, just because obviously the song Driver's License is, a romantic kind of love song, even though it's like a heartbreaking love song. But that's kind of where my emotions went first. I immediately went to romantic relationships, and right now, single over here, which is not a problem for me. I actually really enjoy being single. But, when you get really deep into your emotions and you're like, wow, it would be really nice to share this with someone, as a partner, because it's different, obviously, telling your family or telling your friends compared to a romantic partner who's like kind of your partner in life. And that's how I would want my relationship to be, is that I would want it to be a partner in life. And so, I kind of got in my feels a little bit, because I was a little sad that there's no one really there at the moment. And, right now is the worst time ever to be meeting people anyway. And I'm just gonna be real. I hate internet dating, whether it's apps or like online, any form of just online digital dating. I'm not into it. I'm terrible at it. I don't like texting people unless like I'm really good friends with you. Then yeah, I'll text you, and I can text all the time and it's no problem. But I do not want to start off the relationship into texting. I'm not good at that. I don't like not knowing like how the other person is really reacting. And I came up with this revelation about this last weekend. And the thing with texting and online dating and whatever is that people really kind of just put their best foot forward, which I guess isn't a bad thing, but like at the same time, they're kind of creating this illusion of the perfect self. Just like you do on Instagram or any kind of social media, you put out the best things about you. And I feel like, especially with digital dating or whatever and texting, you can easily kind of almost con the other person. I mean, catfishing exists. And I feel like even normal people do that. Even if they're using their normal like faces and whatever, they can still easily be like, oh yeah, I love to do that. Like, that's my favorite thing. Or I don't know, maybe they're like, oh yeah, I have a really successful job and blah, blah, blah. Like, they can easily kind of lie about themselves. And then when you do meet them in person, like, the illusion is shattered. Okay, personally, I have never met anyone that I was like talking to online. I never met them in person because I, again, just hate it. I never even got that far. But I've had friends who have done it, and they have had pretty much the same experiences. I feel like you would have to, if you wanted to do online dating, you would have to do a lot of online dating before you find someone who's actually true to themselves. And you know what? I just don't want to do that. That is not something that I am interested in at all. And I just don't get that invested because I just don't care. Because it's not a person that I can like have in my mind. Like it's not a tangible thing to me. So I'm just like, no, it's not going to work. And so with online dating kind of out the window at this point, I kind of have to rely on meeting people in person or like friends of friends or whatever. And like I said, this is not a good time to be doing that. So that kind of blows. And for me, anyway, I don't know about all of you guys, but when I, wish that I had a boyfriend or whatever, I kind of start to think about the past people that I used to like. And I hate this quality of mine because it's like there's a reason that they're in the past, or there's a reason that they didn't work out, or whatever. Maybe there are some past people that it was just like wrong timing, which, great for you, I guess. But like at the same time, I don't know if I really believe in like right timing, or like, when that phrase that's like, oh, right person, wrong time. I don't really think that's true, because if they were the right person, then it would be the right time. Like, like, I don't know. I mean, obviously in some instances I could see like you meet someone, maybe it's not the right time right now, but then like later in life you guys get together and then you're married and you're happy and whatever. So I guess that kind of, I'll give it to you for that. But if you just say like, oh yeah, they were the right person, just the wrong time, and then you never talk to them ever again, like they never come back into your life, then it's like, no, sweetie, like that's just the wrong fucking person. This isn't it. But anyway, so lately I've just been thinking about a lot of people from my past, like, too many to even count, to be honest, and it's getting me annoyed because I don't want to keep focusing on these past people. It's pointless, and they're, living their own lives right now. We're not on the same wavelength at all. So it's like, let's just not even put those two together. Like, let's not do it. Let's try to live your own life. So I'm trying to work towards that. Towards the end of the week, I've started, to feel a little better about that. So that was good. So that's like my romantic relationship loneliness. And then I've been having a lot of friend loneliness because obviously right now, again, can't really be hanging out with people. And so I just have so many friends that I want to see and I want to talk to on like a daily basis, and I just can't. And it's not that I don't love the friends that I am able to see, because I do so much. But, for me personally, I am just a very social person, and I don't want... I'm trying to say this in the nicest way. I just, like, I'm not a one-person friend. Like, that's not what my life is. I like to have variety in my friendships, and sometimes those friendships satisfy different needs for me. And so if I'm only have one that satisfies one need, what am I doing? Like, where's all my other needs going? And I don't want to say that as if, like, my friends are only around to satisfy my needs. That's not what I mean, like, at all. But, like, with different friends, you have different friendships, and, like, the relationship is, completely different. And so sometimes I want to hang out with one friend for, like, one specific reason, like we get along in this aspect, but then like one of my other friends is different, and like, it's hard to explain, but I hope you get it. I love all my friends, and I just wish that I could see them. I wish that I could see them a lot more. Obviously, FaceTime has been really nice. I need to FaceTime more of my friends more often, but it's also just hard because right now I don't really have a ton to update them on. So it's almost like, oh, yes, let's talk for sure. But what are we going to say? What are we going to do? Because guess what? Nothing is happening. Like, everything in life is just at a standstill. Literally everyone I know is just working and then going home. And that's it. And, as much fun as that is, there's only so much to really chat about. And I don't know. I think everyone is also I think everyone is kind of sick of the whole FaceTime digital friendship kind of thing as well, because like it's just not the same. It's so not the same when you get to see your friends in person and you get to really hear them and see them and just have a good time. I think everyone's kind of on the same wavelength, because it's like, not only have I not been reaching out as often, like my friends aren't doing it either. Like we're kind of both taking breaks, because I think, one, it is kind of exhausting to be like, okay, gotta mentally prepare for like a FaceTime that, might be kind of boring, might be kind of awkward. I don't know. And so there's that aspect. And then, yeah, I don't know. I think everyone's also just mentally fried just with everything going on. Like sometimes when you come home from work, or just, you're having a day, you don't really want to sit on the phone and talk to someone. You'd rather have them be there or be by yourself, so it's been hard for sure to do the long distance relationships with the friends that I have, and it sucks. There we go. It sucks. I want to see them all the time. I want to be doing things with them. I want life to be back to normal. Who knew? And then, like family relationships, obviously I'm not going to go into too much depth about that, just because that's a little more personal, but of course I wish my family dynamic was different every day. I wish it was different, but it's not. So, sometimes that sucks, and I'm just going to leave it at that. But yeah, so I've just been feeling a lot of loneliness on kind of all fronts. And like I said, I think a lot of people can maybe relate to that. Yeah. Honestly, sometimes I feel like we just need to kind of sit in the loneliness too. Like you need to sit in the loneliness and you need to listen to Driver's License, and then you will cry, which is what I did this week. But it's okay. It's fine now, because honestly, I think I just needed to get all of the emotions out there, because I'm not really much of a crier. Like I do cry, obviously. I'm not like suppressing those emotions, but I just don't cry as often as maybe some other people. And so when I do cry, it's almost a little bit dramatic because I'm like, oh shit, here we go. And so I don't know. I feel like for me, when I cry the most, it's because I should have probably cried, several other times, but I just don't, because I kind of like push the emotions away. And so this week was just not gonna happen. Couldn't push those emotions away this time. We had to cry about it, but honestly, it felt really good and it was really needed and very therapeutic. So we stand. But yeah, so not only has the loneliness been creeping in, but the world is also just fucking terrible. And I don't think I need to explain it too much, but with everything with our government and the nice old coup that we had last week, that was great. Wow. So glad that fucking happened. I don't want to get too much into it because honestly, it's just not a fun topic to talk about. Ugh. It's not a fun topic to talk about. And I don't want this to be like a space where we just talk about politics all the time. And I actually really enjoy talking about politics. I talk about it a lot with my friends and my family and stuff like that. But I want this space to not have to constantly be reminded of what is going on politics-wise. But let me just say, I am so excited for Biden to go into office. And that's just what I'm going to say, because I am sick. I am sick and tired of everything that is going on under Trump's ruling. And I'm done. I'm done. I can't do it anymore. So that's been fun. Truly every day I'm like, wow. So again, can't wait for Biden to go in. So, and I'm not saying that Biden's going to fix everything in a second, because that's just not true. But it'll just be nice to not have, a terrible person ruling our country every day. So that'll be nice. And then, along with the government stuff, we have just the pandemic continuing, which kind of mixes with the government of, how they've been handling things. And yeah, I think sometimes, especially now because I do work with the public, I kind of forget that the pandemic is going on, which is terrible to say because that's just a very ignorant thing to say because like I know that the pandemic is going on. I know that so many people are hurting from this and this is a very serious thing. But when you do have to go out and see people all the time, you're almost kind of like, like, am I allowed to be doing this? Like, I guess things are okay if I'm allowed to be doing this, which is not true at all. Definitely, we should not be interacting with the public as much. We should be inside and not be doing this. And so sometimes my mind kind of forgets of everything that's really going on until I sit down and watch the news and, understand that, yeah, things are still bad. People are acting crazy about things. And so, that's always super comforting, super great. And so, I don't know, something about this week has just made me feel very stuck. And I don't really know how to move forward and kind of get out of this rut, basically, because it's like the pandemic's still going to happen, like we're still going through it. It's not going to be done in a week just because I had a bad week. Like, oh, next week will be better. It's like, no, like the pandemic will still be here. Hopefully it'll be gone by like, fall question mark. I don't even really want to say gone because it won't be gone. I think it'll just be more managed, if I could even say that. I don't know, but it's kind of hard to move forward when things are pretty much going to be exactly the same. So you're kind of just shifting your mindset, which I think is still very important. It's just harder to do because, like I said, that things are just going to be the same, but you kind of have to think of things differently. So, yeah, that's what we're going to try and do today. I have a bunch of like tips and stuff that will hopefully help all of us because I put a poll on my Instagram, the Just Another 20-something pod Instagram, and I asked you guys, like, are you guys feeling kind of stuck or feeling kind of gross? Are you guys like just not feeling great this week? And it made me really sad because everyone that participated in this, everyone said that they weren't doing good. Oh, except for one. Oh, okay. Yay for you. Okay. Yay for you, person. One person said that they were doing okay, but everyone else said that they have been in a funk lately. And that just makes me kind of sad because I don't want everyone to be in a funk, but I get it. Like, obviously I understand. And it does make me feel better just in myself that it's like, okay, you know what? I'm not the only one that is feeling frustrated and feeling lonely and feeling bad about things. And it's nice that we can kind of gain together and hopefully try and change our mindsets into maybe not feeling so bleh. But yeah, so before I go into the tips that I have, I'm just going to say this outright. These tips, like, I'm not claiming that this is going to change your life for sure because, they're pretty simple and I think it can help. I don't think it's going to, like, be a magical thing where it's like, oh, if I do these things, I will never be in a funk ever again. Like, no, definitely not saying that. And in fact, like, maybe some of these things can only help for like a few hours out of your day, or maybe a few days out of your week, or maybe a few weeks out of your month. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not gonna be foolproof. And I can easily say, like, I've done these things and it'll help like a good amount. But sometimes I do still go back into my kind of gross feeling, and I just want everyone to know that that is okay, that you're feeling gross or in a funk or lonely or sad or whatever, because yeah, we're living in a really gross time right now, and it's just kind of, it's way too much pressure to be like, you need to be okay 24/7. Like, that's just not normal. And that's not even normal even if we weren't in a pandemic. Like, be kind to yourself. It's okay to like get frustrated and get in a funk. And it's also okay that if you're in the funk, then maybe you just don't want to do anything about it right that moment. Of course, I think for everyone's mental health, it is good to not stay in a funk for too long, because obviously that's just damaging to yourself and the people around you. But if there is a time where you're like, you know what, I don't want to write down things that I'm grateful for. I don't want to talk to someone. I don't want to go on a walk. Like, I don't want to do that. I want to sit in my room and I want to like be sad. That's okay. I totally get that. I have done that. And I've done plenty of that this week. So it's normal and it's fine. But I do have some tips of maybe trying to get out of the mental funk that I think we've all been in. And so guess what? My first one is gratitude. I just really, really, really like gratitude. I think it helps me so much throughout my daily life, constantly thinking of the things that I'm grateful for, because I could list off all the things I'm not grateful for. There's plenty in my life that I wish wasn't in my life, but putting that negative energy out into the universe, like, what is that going to do? How is that going to help anything? And constantly complaining about how things maybe aren't going well in your life is not a good way to live. That's just kind of boring. It's boring and it's sad to me. And I think people really don't realize that there is so much to just be grateful for in your life. And even if you feel like your life is terrible, it's not. It's not, unless you're like truly, truly suffering. And guess what? If you're truly, truly suffering, you're probably not listening to my podcast, because there's not a way that you can listen to my podcast. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you're listening to me right now, here's already one thing you could be grateful for. You could be grateful for having a phone, having a computer, whatever, device that you're listening to me on. That's already amazing in itself, because a lot of people don't have that or have the resources to get that, or you know what I mean? So I really want everyone right now listening to take a minute, break out your journal or piece of paper, or maybe just in your mind. But we're going to do a little 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 gratitude, because I need to do it, and I think you need to do it, because I think it really, really does help when you think of just the little things. So the first one is 5 things that I am grateful for. Okay. I want to write this down somewhere. So where am I going to write it? Hello, trusty journal. I actually have 3. Oh, actually, just kidding. I have 4. 4 sitting on my desk right now. So that always helps when we do things like this. Okay, so 5 things that I'm grateful for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so number 1, I am grateful for my home. If you guys don't know, I moved in with my mom and her boyfriend. And so, it's a different dynamic for sure. And this is my first year ever doing it. And so, there's a lot of things that I could say that are bad. But why? Again, what's the point? I am so grateful that I have somewhere to go, and I have a roof over my head, and I can live in this house without paying rent or utilities. And I don't have to worry about that right now because, I don't have a super high paying job where I can move out on my own. And that's okay. That's just how life goes sometimes. And so I'm grateful that I just have my own space. I have my room that I decorated myself. I have like a house that's on the water, which is really amazing for me. I mean, a lot of people can't say that. And living by the water has been so nice. Like, there's just so many things to be grateful for, and I'm very grateful for my home. So, okay, another one. I'm grateful for my friends. My friends in my life are the best people that I know. And of course I'm biased because they're my friends. But honestly, like, this is going to throw a little shade to other people's friends, but some of my friends, they're external friends that are not, in my friend group or me or whatever. Not saying that I'm the best friend ever, but, maybe, possibly. But I've known my friends' friends who are not great. And it makes me sad that they could have these friends in their life that don't uplift them in any way. They're not even really getting any substance out of the relationship. And honestly, it upsets me that those other people who have my mutual friend, like, how can they not be valuing them so much? Because, like I said, these are some of the best people ever. So it's like, honestly, how dare you? How dare you have this person as your friend and then you treat them like shit? And so, yeah, so I'm really happy that none of my friends do that. All of my friends care about me and I care about them, and we uplift each other and we have the best friendship. And I'm glad that I've gotten to that point where everyone in my life is like that. And I just really, really value that. Because like I said, I know people that don't have those really good friendships. And I think it's so important to have those friendships. And especially because, a lot of studies have said that like having those friendships can be even more fulfilling than like a romantic relationship. Because friends and family in my eyes kind of are the same, to where they're always going to be there. They're never going to leave. They are loyal. They are here for you. And, they respect you. And like, of course you would want those exact same qualities with a romantic partner. But like, a lot of times romance is hard. And when you have that element in there with like a person that you're with, it changes a lot of things and it can make people different. And I think the great thing about friendships is that obviously you don't have that romantic element. And so it takes that all away. It makes the relationship easier. And I don't know. I really, really value my friendships and everyone in my life. So shout out to you guys. Okay. Another thing that I am grateful for is my home state, Washington. I am very grateful for this state. For one, my state has been really good with everything COVID reasons. Shout out to you, Jay Inslee. I love that man. He has been really doing a good job with everything that's going on. And so I really value that our state takes the right precautions. Of course, in my mind, I feel like we could be doing more, but everyone has their own takes on that. So whatever you may say. Another great thing about Washington is that, it's beautiful. It is absolutely stunning. I love every single piece of where I live. And, I love being able to drive around, my state and get to see all of the nature and the wildlife around me. And it's just really nice. I actually really, really love where I am right now, even though like I never would have thought of that because it's kind of like my small little hometown. And of course there's times where I'm like, bye-bye, gotta go now. This is too much. But at the same time, I'm also very grateful to be here. I think there's a reason that I'm here right now in my life, and I am taking in every moment because, when I am able to travel, it's bye-bye, see you later. It's see you later. But no, I love Washington very much. Okay. Fourth thing that I am grateful for is my job. Now, as you guys have known, because, if you've listened to every episode, you've known that I've had a lot of job struggles and a lot of things like that. And you know what? I'm still having those. Right now, I'm just trying to get a really permanent, sturdy thing. And it's just not really working out for me very well. And so right now, I kind of have my part-time gig. Not that I don't love it, though. I actually have really, really been enjoying it. It's making me realize how much I really do love clothes and fashion. I mean, I already knew that I did, but now that I get to actually work with it and I get to style people and pick out outfits for their social media and getting to give people, well, not give people because I'm not giving it to them, but people are buying clothes, and it just makes me feel really happy because I think I just really love fashion, and I think it totally represents your personality. And when you get to really express yourself in the clothes that you wear, I think it really changes everyone's attitude, and I just love everything about it. And so I love being able to give that to someone, even though, again, technically it's not like me giving it. But when I'm like completing a sale, I feel like I'm like, here are these clothes for you. I hope you feel fabulous and amazing. And so I really like that. It just feels really, really nice. And I'm obviously just so thankful that I have something to do right now, and I can put it on my resume. And like I said, even though I know it's not forever and permanent, it's just still great to have something. And I hope that eventually, soon, I don't know, I hope soon enough I will find something that is a little more secure and stable and more long-term, because I think I'm definitely ready for that now in my life, to have a job that is there and I know what I'm doing every day, and that's what it is. So, but like I said, I am very grateful to have the job that I have right now, because it's a great amount of experience, and I'm just very thankful for that. And finally, my fifth thing that I'm grateful for. My fifth thing that I'm grateful for is my downtime. Downtime. So like I said, my job is more part-time, so I definitely have a lot more time to be with myself and do things for myself. And I know that it's not going to be like this forever. So honestly, I am really, really grateful for this downtime that I have now, so I can really just be with myself and think about things. And I think it's really important to be with yourself and be alone. And I'm getting more and more used to doing things for myself. And I know that's kind of stupid to say because I'm 23, but for me personally, I have a lot of social anxiety, which is kind of hilarious because I'm a very social person, but at the same time, I'm not. I don't know. It very depends on the situation, but I just do not like doing things by myself. I don't really like going to the store alone, even if I'm just going shopping. I don't really okay, this is what it is. I don't think I like being seen in public alone. And part of it is because, I'm a woman and I don't want creepy guys to talk to me. And the amount of times that has happened in my life is astronomical. So if I can avoid that in any instance, of course, I'm going to avoid that. And so I think a big part of that is, I don't want people to be talking to me. I want to be alone. And so when I am out alone and no one talks to me and everything's fine, then it's no problem. But it's when those people do talk to me that I'm like, ugh, I hate this situation. And when I'm with another person, it's just, it's more comforting because you're like, okay, I have this person with me. Nothing bad is going to happen too bad because, there's two people. It's less of a risk. And so, but recently I have been needing to do a lot of things by myself because everyone is doing their own thing. All my friends that I can see are working and my family is working. So we're all working. And when I have all this downtime, it's like, okay, I'm going to have to do the things by myself. And I've actually been getting a lot better at it. Today, I went on a walk all by myself. And honestly, I am mad at myself that I hadn't done it sooner. It was so nice. It felt so good to have some alone time because my love language is very much quality time. That is my number one love language. And I realized that I wasn't really showing that love to myself. I wasn't giving myself a lot of quality time. Or if I did, it was really just being alone in my room, which I kind of feel like is different. I don't know. I do that all the time. I have alone time in my room and I don't really equate it as I'm spending time with myself. And so I want to do more things where I'm like out in the world and I'm doing it with myself. Like I'm having quality time with me. And yeah, that walk, oh my gosh, changed my life. It was amazing. I had got these new headphones, so I just put them in and listened to a podcast, and it was the best. And now I'm like, oh my God, I need to do this every day. Every day, every second, I'm going on a walk. So that's really nice. I love that feeling. And yeah, I'm very, very grateful that I do have this time for downtime because like I said, I know that is not going to be in my life forever. So I need to enjoy it. Okay, next. 4 things I'm looking forward to. Oh, this is freaking easy. Okay. Number 1, bars. Bars opening, I guess, to be exact. I am so looking forward to that day that I can run out with my friends and the bars are open and I'm having the best time, and thanks so much. I can't wait. I literally cannot wait for that. Okay, so bars opening. 2 would be seeing my friends, like all of them. Seeing all my friends. I miss them so much, and so I want to see them. 3, a good job. Kind of everything we were talking about. I am grateful for that day that I do have a job that is more secure, more steady. Looking forward to that. And let's see, another thing. Oh, I am looking forward to traveling again. Like I said, I love Washington so much, but it is really going to be great to visit some other states and cities and stuff. I love experiencing new places so much, and so I cannot wait till we can travel. There we go. Okay, 3 things that I've accomplished today. Okay, so walk. Went on my walk. Actually, a big thing that I am accomplishing is recording this podcast because right now it is Friday and, I upload on Monday. And so I usually edit on Sunday. And so I'm kind of cutting it close. And I've been doing that. And I'm mad at myself that I keep doing that. But just some days after work, I'm like, I just do not want to record right now. And then, yeah. So I'm very happy that I am doing this. So recording, and let's see, what else did I accomplish today? Oh, well, it's not really that big of a deal, but, oh, actually, okay, scratch that. I was just going to say, like, eating kind of healthy. Yay. I mean, that's definitely a good one, but I have plans for today to get my hair cut, so that is what I'm going to put. Haircut. And I hope, I'm thinking I might do a little bang action, a little, like, not side bangs, but like, I don't know, maybe some more fringe. I don't really know. I'm looking for something different. I'm getting really bored with my hair right now. So we're going to do something fun. Okay. 2 people I'm grateful to have in my life. Oh my gosh. Amazing. My mommy. I'm very grateful to have her in my life. And I would also say my brother, my fam. I loved him a lot. Okay, and then one amazing thing that happened this week. Oh, wait, that's actually kind of hard. One thing amazing that happened this week? Honestly, I think I'm going to have to go with the alone walk, which is kind of sad. I think that kind of shows you what my week has been looking like. But you know what? That was amazing for me. I do not do things alone. And so the fact that I did that alone, didn't even think twice about it. I just like got up and I was like, I'm going for a fucking walk today. I'm going to go for a walk, by the way. And I did it and I felt amazing and it was so nice and that was amazing. So there we go. So I love this little thing. I found it on Pinterest, this little template-y thing. And I love it so much because you could do this every single day. Or I guess the last question would be hard since it says this week. But you know what? Well, yeah, why don't you do this weekly? That's even better. And it's just the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think it's so cute and I think it's so needed for everyone in their lives. Like I said, it really changes your mindset when you're like, oh yeah, you know what? This week was kind of gross or I'm not having a good time. But then you go over the things that did happen this week or what you're really grateful for, things you're looking forward to, like stuff like that is so important. It's just really, really changes your mindset for things. And so I really want you guys to do it, either whether it's in your head or on a piece of paper in a journal, whatever. I want you guys to write this down. And if you do it, send me some pictures on, just tag the Instagram handle. The Instagram handle is actually in the show notes, so you guys can look at that. And yeah, let me know if you guys do this because I want to see it. Okay, so some other tips to get out of funk. I love to talk to people. I'm very much, like I said, a social person. And so when I talk to my friends or my family, I just feel like I get a whole weight lifted off of my chest, which again is another reason why I'm doing a podcast. Just talking out loud helps me so much. And so I bet that could help you as well. And even another great resource, if you have the ability to do it, is talking to a therapist. I think in 2021, I need to get on this. I think it would be really good for me to talk to a therapist. And I think it really would benefit a lot of people to talk to a professional, honestly, because sometimes it's a little too much for your friends to take on every emotion that's going on, in your mind. And, they're not a professional. So you don't want to weigh down your friends or your family too much with everything that's going on. And guess what? There are professionals for that. And like I said, if you have the resources, maybe think about it, Okay, so another thing is do things that will only brighten your mood. And so when I say this is what I mean, because I have a tendency to listen to sad music when I'm sad. And like I said earlier, if sometimes you need to do that, that's okay. But try not to do it too often. Because, literally, it was yesterday, I listened to Driver's License and I started sobbing because I was already sad. I was already in my emotions and I got sadder. And it kind of ruined my mood for a lot of the rest of the day. So it's like, yeah, don't do that all the time. Don't do it all the time. So do things that are going to brighten your mood. Do any hobbies that really bring a lot of joy to you. Maybe even just watch your favorite show, something that's comforting. But yeah, do something that is going to make you happy and it's not going to drive you deeper into the funk that you're in. Next one is unplug and get out. This one, obviously, I think we have talked about plenty of times, but turn off that frickin' phone or put it away or whatever, because it's just, the internet's always going to be there. It's always going to be the same damn shit. It's going to be people thinking that their lives are amazing. And then you're going to be like, why isn't my life like that life? And guess what? Everyone's life isn't perfect. No one's life is perfect. Everyone has their ups and everyone has their downs. And if you're constantly comparing yourself to somebody who's only showing you the good stuff, you can't do that. You're only getting a fourth of their life. So just get off the internet. If you feel yourself comparing yourself or just getting really down on who you are as a person, get off your freaking phone. I can tell you that's going to help a lot. And then go out, go for a walk, sit in a park, go to your favorite dock and watch the sunset. That is my number one favorite thing to do. That is something that I want to incorporate into 2021 is going to a dock by myself, all by myself, and watching the sunset, because I am so terrible at this, but this is kind of a tangent, but I constantly am wanting to go watch the sunset and people are busy, which is totally fine. That's their life. But then I just don't do it because then I'm like, oh crap, everyone's busy. Guess I won't do it. No, go do it. Go unplug and do it. And so I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Okay, so yeah, unplug, get out. Stop giving yourself more information that's just going to make you sad. Next, my number one favorite thing is journaling. I know this obviously doesn't work for everybody, but I also think people say that it doesn't work for them, but they haven't actually tried it. And I want everyone to try it once. I think you should. I think it's really beneficial. And if you try it once or twice and you're like, you know what, I'm just not getting it, that's fine. That's totally fine. But I think you should at least try it once and be like, okay, let's see what the hype is all about, because it honestly does help a lot. It's very similar to talking to someone. You're getting all of those emotions out and you're writing it down. And the best thing about writing it all down is, one, no one has to read that except for you. So you're kind of keeping everything, not a secret, but just like to yourself. You're not burdening anyone else. Not that it should ever be a burden, but you know what I mean. Sometimes friends, like I said, they can't take on those emotions. So you know what you can do if someone can't really hear the things that you were going to say? You should write it down. Write it down so you can go back to it, read what you said, really process everything. It's important. Okay, next is break out the comfort snacks. I don't know about you, but when I eat something, when I eat something that I really enjoy, I just get a little happy inside. It just makes me feel a little better. I'm like, oh, she deserves a treat. Let's get her a little treat. I know obviously everyone has their own relationships with food. I definitely kind of go back and forth whether I have a good or bad relationship with food, but I think it is important to give yourself a little treat sometimes. It is okay to have a brownie or a cookie or any kind of sweet, or if you're not into sweets, any kind of like junky food. It's okay to do that sometimes. And if that's like your little comfort in a bad day, that's okay. Do it. Live your life. Even if your comfort food is a freaking apple, awesome. Eat the apple. Feel better. Okay, so next, change your surroundings. I love this one. I think this one is actually a really good one, especially with everything going on right now where you feel very stuck and you're kind of in the same place over and over again. A great way to get the funk out of you is to change your surroundings. Whether that means like if you're in your room all the time, leave your room. Change where like you're working or where you're chilling, wherever, like go to the living room, go outside, go into town, go to someone else's house, you know, if you're able to do that. Like change it up. Let's change it up. Another great thing, if you love your room so much, why don't you rearrange your room? Oh my gosh, I have been rearranging my room since I was probably like 7 or something. I would always have my brother come in and we were like, okay, time to switch it up, baby. This ain't doing it for me anymore. And so I would rearrange my room all the time. I'm already thinking about how I want to rearrange this room, even though I do love the setup and some of my furniture is heavy. So I don't know if I'll rearrange, but I think it's super fun. If everything's not too heavy and you have some visions in your head, do it. Rearrange your room. It totally changes your mindset. And maybe if you can't do that, if you can't rearrange your whole room, add some little things to make it a little spicy, like put a little plant next to your bed or lay out some cute decor on your desk or something, you know? Change it up. Also, cleaning your room helps a lot. Like, I need to clean my room really bad, and that always makes me feel refreshed because my sanctuary is refreshed. And then, of course, my final piece of advice is know that this is not going to last forever. And this is something that I need to work on. So I'm sure that you guys also need to work on it as well. It's so easy to think, you know, I'm going to be sad forever, or my life is, you know, always going to be this way. It's always going to suck and nothing is ever going to go well. And it's just not true. You're going to have bad times in your life. Yes, but you're also going to have good times. And honestly, you can only really have the good times if you have the bad times, because you realize how good those times were, you know, and that's just a part of living. I think, of course, everyone wants to have just the good times all the time, but imagine if you did, though, if you just had good days every single day. I don't think, one, you would appreciate them very much, and I don't think you would really know that they were good. I think they would just be days at that point. And it sucks. I mean, no one likes to have bad days. But think about it. Like, you have a bad day, and then it's gone, you know? It goes away, it passes, and then you have some really good days, and you're like, oh my gosh, remember that bad day? See you later. Here's the good days. And that's what I mean. Like, nothing lasts forever. Like the pandemic we're in right now, this is not going to be forever. This isn't going to be our lives for the rest of our lives. And I'm knocking on wood as I'm saying that, because Jesus Christ, what if it was? But it's not going to be our life forever. We are going to get out of this. We're going to get out of it stronger. And I just think, you know, in the grand scheme of things, I know a year is a long time, but think about if this doesn't happen again, knocking on wood, I really don't want to jinx anything. If this doesn't happen again in our lifetime, as us 20-year-olds speaking to each other, then it's only 1 year out of our entire life that we had to do this. And I know it sucks. I know that, like, losing a year out of your 20s sucks, but it's going to be okay. If I have to lose 1 year out of my 20s and the rest of my living days are fine, then I'm fine. Like, it's okay. I am going to make do with that. Like, yeah, it sucked, but it's going to pass. Everything passes, and you move on to the good stuff. And so know that it won't last forever. And I think that's very important. And so, my gosh, I've been dragging on for almost an hour now. How are you guys still around? But yeah, so those are kind of my tips. I hope that everyone feels a little better after talking about all of this. Or I guess listening, since I'm really the only one doing the talking, but I already feel better. It's just, I know that it's hard. I know that everything sucks and you think that it's going to be this way forever. And like I said, this week for me wasn't amazing. And sometimes it really does feel like, oh my gosh, like, how am I ever going to get out of this? But we will. And it may take some time. It might be like, maybe this month is bad. Maybe next month is bad. I don't know. But there is going to be a time where we're going to look back and be like, oh my gosh, remember how sorry for myself I felt back in January of 2021? And you're going to just be laughing to yourself because you're going to be happy. And it's all going to be okay. I hope you guys feel a little motivated after this. Or maybe just ready to get out of your funk, get out of your bad mood or whatever that is going on in your life. And one, I'd like to say that I'm sorry that everyone that responded to me said that they were kind of not feeling great. All of my love goes out to you because, you know, I get it. It sucks and I hate it. But like I said, we're going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. And I hope that you guys take these advice. If there's just one thing to take away from this, it's freaking gratitude, guys. It's so important. Listen to my gratitude episode. Do it every day. Gratitude is it. Okay. I'm going to go now since I have blabbed on. But anyway, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I will be back next week with a brand new episode. It's going to be a little more fun, not so sad, but you know, like I said, you gotta have those sad days, and I'm happy that you guys will listen to me having those sad days. So anyway, I'll see you guys next week. Talk to you later. Bye bye.